The salvage freighter Prosperity's Edge drifted through the Kepler belt like a metal whale hunting for scraps. Kevin Chen stood at the helm, running diagnostics on the graviton scanner, while Jennifer Martinez floated upside down near the cargo bay entrance, her magnetic boots disengaged as she ate a protein bar. Another 14 hours and we'll have enough refined deuterium to make the jump back to Ganymede Station, Kevin said, not looking up from his console. Then we can finally get paid for this nightmare run. Jennifer flipped herself right side up with practiced ease. You say nightmare, I say adventure. We found that Centauri probe, didn't we? That's worth at least 50,000 credits. If it doesn't explode when we try to crack it open. Kevin's fingers danced across the haptic interface, adjusting their mining drone's trajectories. Centauri tech has a habit of being booby-trapped. The proximity alarm shrieked. Both of them jerked to attention. Jennifer slammed her boots down, magnetizing to the deck with a metallic clunk. Kevin's eyes went wide as he stared at the scanner readout. That's not possible, he whispered. A ship materialized on their sensors. No, not materialized. It had been there all along, invisible to every conventional and quantum detection system they had. The vessel was enormous, at least 3 kilometers long, shaped like a crystalline flower with petals that seemed to shift through dimensions Kevin's eyes couldn't quite track. Kevin, Jennifer's voice was tight. Tell me that's not what I think it is. If you think it's a Zathari dreadnought, then yes, it absolutely is. His hands moved automatically, killing their mining operations and routing all power to the engines. We need to. The communications array activated on its own. A holographic projection bloomed in the center of the bridge, 2 figures, identical in every way. They were humanoid but distinctly alien, skin that shimmered between violet and silver, eyes that held 3 pupils arranged in a triangle, and hair that moved like it was underwater despite the absence of any breeze. They wore form-fitting uniforms that seemed to be made of living light. Human vessel Prosperity's Edge, one of them said, her voice like wind chimes in a storm. This is First Navigator Zanel and Second Navigator Zaria of the Stellar Communion. You are operating in contested space. Kevin's throat went dry. The Zathari Stellar Communion didn't do first contact with individual ships. They operated on civilization-level scales. For them to be contacting a 2-person salvage freighter meant something had gone catastrophically wrong, or was about to. Jennifer stepped forward, her military training from her Mars Colonial Marines days kicking in. This is Jennifer Martinez, co-owner of this vessel. We're operating under Terran Salvage Charter 7 Alpha. We weren't aware this region was contested. The twin on the left, Zanel, Kevin thought, tilted her head. The contest is not political, it is personal. Personal? Kevin found his voice. You're a communion warship. What could possibly be personal out here? The twins exchanged a look that seemed to communicate volumes in a nanosecond. Then Zaria spoke. We are tracking how do you say, a romantic prospect, a male of considerable genetic compatibility who passed through this region 47 solar cycles ago. Jennifer's eyebrow went up. You've been hunting for a date for 47 years. Zathari pair bonding is eternal, said seriously. Once we identify a genetically optimal mate, we must pursue until successful bonding occurs or death intervenes. Kevin's console beeped. He glanced down and his blood turned to ice. Jennifer, they're tractoring us in. What? Jennifer spun to face him. Why would they? We have scanned your vessel, Zaria interrupted. You carry genetic markers of 17 distinct Earth ethnic groups between you, representing optimal diversity. We require assistance. Assistance with what? Jennifer demanded. Both twins suddenly looked almost bashful, an expression that seemed alien on their otherworldly features. We require advisement on human courtship protocols, Zanel said. Our target is human. We have studied your broadcasts, but the information is contradictory. The tractor beam was pulling them steadily toward the massive dreadnought. Kevin tried to break free, but it was like a rowboat fighting a hurricane. I really don't think we're qualified to give romantic advice, he said desperately. You are both human, Zarya said. This makes you optimally qualified. Jennifer looked at Kevin, then back at the twins. Okay, let's say we help you. What do we get out of this? You will not be atomized, said pleasantly. That's a compelling offer, Jennifer admitted. 20 minutes later, they were sitting in what Kevin could only describe as a war room the size of a football stadium. Holographic star charts surrounded them, but one wall was dedicated entirely to surveillance footage of a single human man, middle-aged, graying at the temples, with laugh lines around his eyes. This is Dr. Marcus Webb, Zanel explained, zooming in on an image of him laughing at some unheard joke. Xenobiologist, widower, currently stationed on Europa Research Facility 7. We intercepted his psychological profile during a routine communication sweep. He is genetically compatible with us at a 97.3% efficiency. That's incredibly invasive, Jennifer said. Is it not normal to research a potential mate? Zarya asked, genuinely confused. Not to that degree, Kevin muttered. He was studying the tactical displays around them, looking for any possible escape route. There were none. The dreadnought's power signatures alone could vaporize their ship 1,000 times over. Jennifer sighed. All right, so you've been stalking this guy for 47 years. We prefer strategic observation, Zanel corrected. And now you want to actually approach him. What's the problem? Both twins looked at each other again, and for the first time, Kevin saw something like vulnerability in their alien features. We are warriors, Zarya said softly. We have commanded fleets. We have negotiated treaties between star systems, but we have never asked someone to dinner. Despite everything, Kevin felt a twinge of sympathy. You're nervous. We do not experience nervousness, said quickly, too quickly. Jennifer leaned back in her chair, a smile tugging at her lips. Oh, you absolutely are. Look, it's not that complicated, you just be honest, tell him how you feel. But what if he rejects us? Zarya asked. Human males have fragile egos. We do not wish to damage him psychologically. I think you're overthinking this, Kevin said. He was starting to relax slightly. Giant alien warships or not, these two were clearly out of their depth. Just approach him as people, not as these all-powerful navigators. Be vulnerable. Vulnerable, Zanel repeated as if tasting the word. This is tactically unsound. Love isn't tactical, Jennifer said. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. She glanced at Kevin, and he felt his cheeks warm. They'd been dancing around their own feelings for months now, neither willing to make the first move. Zarya's three pupils dilated. You two are pair-bonded. What? No, they said in unison. You share a vessel. You complete each other's sentences. Your pheromone levels increase when in proximity. Zanel listed the facts clinically. Why have you not initiated bonding protocols? Kevin and Jennifer looked at each other, then looked away. It's complicated, Jennifer mumbled. I jokingly said I was single last month at the station bar, Kevin admitted, and I haven't known how to walk it back. Both twins stared at them with expressions that might have been disbelief. You humans, Zarya said slowly, are the most inefficient species we have ever encountered. Agreed, Zanel said. You have located genetically compatible mates and refused to proceed due to what? Embarrassment. It's not that simple, Jennifer started. It is exactly that simple, Zanel's voice rose with passion. We have traveled light years, we have waited decades, and you cannot walk across a bridge to speak 3 words. The silence that followed was deafening. Kevin turned to Jennifer, his heart was hammering. She's right, I've been an idiot, Jennifer, I know, Jennifer said softly, me too. They kissed, and somewhere in the background, Kevin heard both twins making sounds of approval. When they finally pulled apart, Zarya was smiling, a gesture that showed far too many teeth but somehow seemed genuine. This is helpful data. Directness is effective. Very well, Xanil announced. We shall proceed to Europa and simply ask Dr. Webb to dinner. Wait, that's it, Kevin asked. You're just going to let us go? You have provided the advisement we required, Zarya said, and you have demonstrated optimal mate bonding behavior. We are satisfied. The tractor beam released and their ship drifted free. As Kevin fired up the engines, Jennifer called out, "Hey, good luck with Dr. Webb." Luck is unnecessary, Xanil replied. We are extremely attractive. The communication cut off, and the massive dreadnought accelerated away at impossible speeds, leaving Kevin and Jennifer alone in the silence of space. So, Jennifer said after a moment, "We're doing this." Kevin reached over and took her hand. "We're doing this." In the distance, the crystalline dreadnought disappeared into a wormhole, carrying two alien sisters toward their own uncertain romance, armed with the galaxy's most powerful weapons and, finally, the courage to simply ask,